Alright then folks, welcome back to Icarus Metalworks. Today I'm going to keep working on the half moon knife here. Get that done today hopefully, or at least in this video. Betty isn't here right now. She's off at a friend's shop to have the gaskets on the headers replaced. Because one of those broke and we don't have the time to replace those ourselves here. Anyways, enough of that. Going to turn the power on for the grinder and get to work on this. So, to kick things off, what am I going to be starting on today? Well, last video you saw me grinding on the knife, and so the edge I put on this is a hollow grind, or not a hollow grind, a convex grind. You can see that how it sort of swoops up instead of being just a flat grind, it's more kind of shaped. So, don't mind me having a stroke there. So, usually with the convex grind like that, you can find examples of convex grinds on like executioner's swords and stuff like that. They can make for a really, really sharp blade if done correctly. And I'm really fond of doing them because they're pretty easy to do. However, on this one, the edge geometry is good. It will cut paper, but only a little bit because the way the convex is shaped, the edge is just too obtuse. It's just not a good shape, and I don't think it'll sharpen up decently enough to cut leather. And you see it doesn't really bite into that all that well even. And it bites into that good enough, but still though it won't like slice leather right now. And I haven't put a final edge on it yet, but I'm still thinking that the convex I have on there right now just isn't really that good for the application we need. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take the 400 grit belt off of the grind right now, stick the 36 grit back on there, and I just smash this convex into a flat grind, because that way then I think I can get it a whole lot sharper, especially with a little bit of a secondary bevel on the back side here. Get it good and sharp to just glide through leather. And if the flat grind isn't enough, then I'll put one of the contactor wheels forward and knock a hollow grind in there. So, let's get down to it then. This belt has got quite a bit of wear on it. Should still do the job. Remember, hearing protection is important. Even though this grinder is quiet, you can still get something in your ear. So, keep your hearing safe. so I got that done up all fancy. I'm gonna take a bit of sandpaper later on and smooth all that look and finish out. 'Cause I think I can make that look much better. Got a little tiny secondary bevel. No, not me. On the other side there you can see. No. So, no. Focus on the thing. Yep, tiny little secondary bevel there to make it just that much sharper. I think it'll be pretty good. Had a bit of paper on hand. Of sandpaper. Well, it's thicker, but you can see here, sorta, bit right through. Just a simple push cut. So I think that should do good, and if not, then I'll have to put a convex grind in there. So next step, I'm going to take our little hickory handle scales. I have this one marked up with spots to drill. Gonna put these on the drill and blast some holes in them for the pins. Get down to it. Okay, so while on that spin there, then the cops went by at one point. Not sure what they were doing back here, but it's a little scary to have 3 or 4 cruisers go past you in your own neighborhood. It was all good though, no idea what they were doing back here, but we weren't stopped, so I don't really care. Anyways, the glue's, I'm pretty sure it's mostly dry. I mean, it's sticky. Not really tacky though. It's not like a fluid anymore. I think it's time to get to work. So it's been like a week since I last filmed, but I'm back and Betty's home. So let me move her out of the shop, get the lights on, we'll finish the knife. Alright then folks, it's time for the fun part. We got the special sauce. We got one of these. We have a handle, a hickory handle with copper pins, sanded up to 400 grit. It feels fantastic. So now, let's crack this guy open. Let's see if this hickory turns out looking good. It's not being very conducive right now. There we go. Get some of this sauce. And that sounds like death in the background is just the one of the donkeys next door. No one's getting killed here right now. Ooh boy, that looks good. Oh yeah. I think that's a keeper. Alrighty then folks, this thing turned out looking fantastic. It's not the best looking hickory I've ever had, but it looks pretty damn good all the same though. So the edge right now ain't super sharp, but I'm gonna sharpen up later on properly, not just a rough thing done really quick. So that's done. Took way too long to do. I should have done that in one day, but oh well, it's the first project of the year. So we're back to it now. Sorry. So hopefully soon we're gonna get started up on our first actually planned out project of the year. The decorative sword and shield were not planned out. Those were on the fly commissions. Hence why Icarus ain't in the thumbnail for those. Well, I don't really think there's anything else to say. We got this lovely little half moon knife done out of 1/4 inch, which is actually quite a bit thicker than what I've usually seen used for these kinds of knives. So, knife is done. I'm happy. That new grinder is fantastic. Hopefully soon we're going to go to Fort Worth to Andrew Alexander's shop to fix the power hammer. And that'll be here and it'll live right there. Anyways, nothing else to say. So, if you liked this video, please consider liking and subscribing to see our future videos and to see how other projects like this one here turn out. I got a bit washed out, but oh well. And that's really all for now. Thanks for watching. Until next time.